Quitting? Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Your child was embarrassed when you arrived at their basketball game. 75% of parents or guardians report current alcohol use. Drinking alcohol can cause harm to children and loved ones. By drinking less, your child will be excited to see you at their basketball game. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
This is Bree Fansteel, local race car driver. Join me and James Rowland every Sunday at 7 p.m. for The Finish Line, where we discuss off-road, on-road, and sometimes next-to-the-road racing on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
My early Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard to take.
But it gave my mom and me more time to plan, together.
Talk to your family about seeing a doctor. Go to alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People City Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. Once again, Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. This is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington, the host to my left. If you guys want to join in on the show, Starter Heyman text line, always available, 402-464-5685, as well as the Starter Heyman Jewelers video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo Channel 961. Nonetheless, let's bring him in. Chancellor, how you doing on this Wednesday night?
I'm doing fantastic. It's great to be in the studio. It's a little warm day, but can't complain at all. I'm on day three for the folks that have been listening, day 3 of the positive thinking challenge. Today was a I would say, let me use my words precisely. Today I was challenged. The most I've been challenged during this challenge, which is ironic.
Of like thinking negatively.
Yeah, I had a situation that I had a choice on how I was going to react to it, and I followed the methods and I turned it into a positive.
Really?
It really works, man. It really works. It really works. And but it was funny though, because every time the thought would come back up, I would just attack it again. Boom, positive, boom, and it was working. So I was proud of myself. I was proud. That's how we're gonna start the show off. Being proud of yourself. When you succeed at something, be proud of yourself. Cause when you succeed at the task that or the thing that you was trying to perfect or you was trying to accomplish, when you succeed, link some pleasure to that. Get yourself some ice cream or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
no, I literally go like get like some good food when I accomplish something I'm trying to do, because I link pleasure with it. So your subconscious is like, every time I do this, I get something. So your body your mind is, your subconscious is going to want to do it over and over. So yeah, I'll start the show off like that. And also there was a story from a book I was reading, and it was talking about this guy. He was a track athlete. I'm sure somebody probably, this is an older gentleman, so I'm sure somebody out there knows exactly what I'm talking about, because this guy was a famous actor. I don't really know his name though. But he was a track athlete. I think he threw javelin. I want to say, and that he during his time throwing javelin, he took the Samson story, Samson and was it a girl named Delilah or something like that, to heart. So Samson grew out his hair, and that's like where his power came from. So he let his hair grow during like his time in college, and he like thought his power and his strength literally
Is this
came.
a story where she cuts the braids off?
Yeah,
backstabs
and then
him?
and then he loses power. But this guy like went to like, one of the California colleges like USC or something, and threw javelin. But he took that story to heart. And so he literally grew out his hair and thought his power came from that, right? And so the story goes that he's just killing it in javelin, and all of a sudden he cuts his hair, and his javelin throw goes down like 30 feet, right? And so it goes down 30 feet, and he's like all like bent out of shape because he didn't qualify for whatever the next stage is after college for track. I think it would be Olympic trials or whatever it is,
Yeah.
right? And so he's kind of like all bent out of shape, right? And it comes to a point where he's done with track, and now he's just this massive individual, and he's built up a lot of character along the way. He's a good guy, and stuff like that. And so he's walking down the street one day, and someone not recognizes him, but sees potential in possibly like a modeling, acting career, a guy who's looking out for talent. And so he sees him, and he immediately approaches him and is like, look, like I got a gig I want you to audition for. He auditions for it, kills the role, and then he becomes like this like Emmy award winning actor, right? And so the moral of the principle of the story is that there's power in failure, right? So the things during his track career, he built a work ethic, he built integrity, he built good character, he built a physique that got him noticed by this talent guy who gave him the audition. So the moral of the story is that your failures can promote you and thrust you into the next thing. And so
I think that's what sports illustrate best.
Yeah,
I think that's why sports are so important. Even if it doesn't have to be the most brutal sport out there. It can be something like even chess. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
But having something to push yourself that's going to give you failures along the ride.
Yeah, because I think a lot of times, like we even in sports is just like the example of the story. But someone who, I'm trying to think, was a class school president, learned the qualities of a leader, right?
Yeah.
In high school, and all of a sudden they go on to lead at a smaller job. Now they become a manager, and then all of a sudden later in their life they're Fortune 500 CEO, right? They built the leadership qualities along the way. So it's like each mountain, like each job or each task has like its own mountain, and you climb to the top of it, and then you get to the next mountain, and then you climb to the top of it, you get to the next mountain. But like a lot of people could view it like, man, you had like all these different quote unquote failures, but I learned things from them, and I examined each failure. If it was a true failure, like I messed up, okay, I examined it, looked myself in the mirror. I figured out, okay, this is where I went wrong. This is where I went good, and stuff like that. So that's my encouragement. The power in failure.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a few from the text line as well.
Oh yeah, bring them in.
This one, John in Cortland, talking about, take some pride in yourself at the beginning of the show. John in Cortland says, self-talk, I killed it today. So shout out, John. He killed
it?
Yeah.
Let's
Whatever
go!
he was doing it well. He did crack some jokes. We were during the dump punt hour. You were killing it. He made me laugh a few times. We're talking about a Northwestern rendering, and talking about it's kind of lackluster. Didn't look super pretty. And he made a joke saying, they'll more likely put a dome over the business college and law school first. So you're definitely doing well.
That was a good one.
You're making me laugh today. And then Tiger Shark off of YouTube.
Tiger Shark
says, what's up? He says he knows you, and he says, I was challenged. I tried to eat 20 habanero hot sauce wings.
That's a different type of challenge, Tiger Shark. But hey, I'm guessing, I want to know what is it called? The Scoville.
Scoville scale.
The Scoville scale on those. If you could look that up, Tiger Shark, I want to know what the Scoville scale was. That's a tongue twister right there.
The Scoville scale was. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Scoville rolls off the tongue weird.
Scoville. But yeah.
Would you ever do that again? Because I know you're going to try to get some guys to do it with you. Are you going to sit alongside with them? Because that's always the problem you have. They don't do it if you don't do it with them.
I might just be the host. I might just be the host. I don't know, bro.
It's a lot more entertaining.
I might just recruit the talent and then just have the talent, do their thing.
Will they eat the wings though if you don't do it with them?
I think if I challenge them, if I kind of attack their ego a little bit,
okay, you can do it that way.
Like, hey, like they was, I don't know. I just heard that some folks up here was saying that football players ain't gonna be able to do this, and let's prove them right, prove them wrong. I don't know though. That's just gonna sit on your reputation. That's how I would kind of do it. And I know they would be like, no. And by the time they get to level 6, they're gonna be wishing they never did it. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
If they clean the bone.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you nibble on it, yeah, you can make it fine, just fine. It's gonna be uncomfortable, but if you nibble, you'll be fine. I'm always impressed how many times people do it. I'm impressed DP's done it so many times. I feel like he would just start attacking people's ego,
right.
Maybe try to get him to do it. Because man, that guy's done it like 7 times. Like,
right.
his intestines can't be happy
if
they see that stuff coming down the pipe again.
I wouldn't. Yeah, my body would hate myself if I was just consistently doing that.
Yeah,
I don't have the genetic, the gene for that. I don't have that.
Yeah, well, I like spicy food, but I feel like it gets to a point where it's like, okay, this spice was made in a lab. You didn't find this off spicy pepper somewhere. Like you created this.
Right.
I don't know what's in it, but shout out Brett Baker. He did a good job of explaining it too, talking about why I think the bomb was so bad was because it was mainly extracts.
Yeah, because it's all that. It don't even smell real. It don't even taste real. If you haven't seen the episode, I don't know. You're gonna have to just scroll back on the lives, but go back and watch that. You'll see a man in pain. You'll see a man going through it. It wasn't fun, but my goodness, it was a badge. It was a stripe that I now have.
Yeah, I got the stripe once, and I'm not gonna do it anymore. I've won my award. The one chip challenge is still something maybe that'll come up. That just seems miserable. I will say I think John Goodwin probably went through it the worst.
Oh my goodness,
he didn't even have words, is what I noticed. That's how I know he was really hurting. Like he wasn't trying to be fun. He was just going through it.
No, yeah, like it's funny because like you look back like, he was being dramatic. Like no, you wasn't at all. Like it's pretty crazy. It is pretty crazy.
Well, when it starts numbing the mouth to the point where you can't talk,
yeah,
and it just hurts so bad. And then, at least for me, that was the worst part, was my lips. Like it took hours before it to feel normal again. And I had to host shows afterwards. So it was just a nightmare.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we got Tiger Shark chimes in here. Says got to eat the bone marrow. He said the wings aren't that hot. The habanero, he says, is just kind of a wuss when it comes to the heat. How are you with heat? Before you did that?
Oh no, I'm not good. I'm not good.
Okay.
So I got red hot sauce. That's about it. That's it. That's my peak. And sometimes I put too many dabs on there. I'm like, hold on. So this challenge was like way out my comfort zone. But that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to evolve. But my goodness, since I've been here at the Ticket, I've realized how much of an influence the Ticket has on Lincoln, and how much of an influence it has on the state. Like It's pretty phenomenal.
It's cool to see it grow too.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't always like this.
Yeah.
Like, and I, call me a bandwagoner or what, but I hitched my wagon to the wagon at the right time.
No,
like,
my goodness. Awesome. And it's about to, it's about to take off even more. So,
well, it works because you have people like you taking the chance. Nuri, shout out Nuri down in New Orleans. Even former Huskers, the Morning Pearsonell. You just have the athletes that didn't even really know what it was, haven't done radio, the Megan Walkers, Kinsey Davis. There's a lot of athletes that just took a leap of faith.
Yeah.
Said, all right.
Who was the first student athlete?
Sunday Morning Pancakes, I think. I think your guy Nuri and Brett Banks.
Were we before them?
What's the word?
Yeah.
I think you were after.
Are you sure?
I
want to say we was first.
You might be.
I think we was first.
Was I always your producer? For what's the word, or was it somebody else? Because this is why when I was getting into the mix too, in terms
of my goodness,
actually
if there's a real loyal ticket fan that knows the answer,
Noah Pollock Gates, Buddha, Chancellor Brewington, what's the word?
What's the word? Or Sunday Morning Pancakes with Nuri and Brent Bakes.
Yeah.
And then when did Megan come on? She came on a few months later.
Yeah, that was a few months later. And then she started doing Speed and Power. And that was with Nuri as well. And then obviously down the road, they each had their own shows. A lot of that happens. Like we have
I want
people
the badge,
do shows.
Though. I want that badge.
That badge?
I want that first show badge.
I don't know if we can give it to you. I really think it might be Sunday Morning Pancakes.
Bro, how though? Because I remember this is how I got introduced to DP. This is how it started. I put out a tweet one time on Twitter and I said, I want to start a podcast like with me and some teammates, interviewing teammates, right? Mm-hmm. And so I put out the tweet and I was getting, it probably got like 300 likes, right? And all these, because, like everyone wants to just see the insider stuff, right? What do we got?
I'm pulling it out. So
okay.
We're looking about a year. No, this was 1 year ago.
It's probably just under a few.
Did I do shows? I don't even remember. We got some shows named What's the Word? And you guys weren't in it at all. It's just me and DP. So I don't know what's going on.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So ballpark it like a year ago, trying to find the first episode is going to be a nightmare. At least just going off of YouTube. But at least we can pocket that one year.
Right.
And now let's do Sunday Morning Pancakes.
Yeah. I'll keep telling the story of how it started. So I put out a tweet. It got like 300, 200 likes, right? And it got some good responses. Like people was like, we can't wait to see. Yeah. And then I got a message from a man named Derek Pearson. And he said, hey, I know you want to do a podcast, but let's meet about a radio show. And I said, radio? What are we talking about? Radio, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm like, what? I don't even listen to the radio, right? Lo and behold, we had a meeting. He explained to me kind of what the ticket had to offer. At the time, it wasn't what this was.
No, I mean, that's part of that leap of faith I'm talking about. We were in a small dungeon
of
a studio.
And someone was in me. I'm like, this is a good man across from me. You can just like, I don't know. I just have a sense of like an aura of a person. Like I can just tell like when someone is a genuine soul, but also got that like drive to him and it's just a dog. And I was like, I'm sitting across the table from a dog right now. Right. And he's telling me all the things he's done, TED Talks, books, arena teams, like doing all these different things. Right. And I'm like, there's something in me that's like, okay, you need to take this. Like, I know you want to do the podcast, but you need to do this. And so obviously we could only do it for a little bit during the summer. And man, I'm thankful that I followed my intuition there and went ahead and did it. But yeah, I really want to say we have the badge.
I got like 2 years back for Sunday Morning Pancakes.
2 years?
2 years ago.
There's no way.
Then YouTube's got to fix their site because
no, YouTube's lying.
We got the first one that came up, Sunday Morning Pancakes.
Oh my
June
gosh.
5th, 2022. So it's exactly a year ago today, or 2 years ago today. Sunday Morning
June
Pancakes.
5th.
Yep. Unless I got the notes wrong in here, but it's got the description June 5th.
I don't know.
Man.
Look at you, Harrison.
Well, the glasses, dude. I forgot, man. I used to wear blue light glasses all the time.
Maybe this, Harrison. Maybe me, Buddha, and Noah, maybe we were the first ones to Wait. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this right now. I have a tweet on my Twitter. I have a picture on my Twitter, and I'm gonna pull up the date of it when we had the meeting. And if it was before then, I'll please be before. Oh my goodness.
I really don't know if it is. I really think it's on. I think we got a shout out to our guy Nuri and Brant Banks.
Oh, okay, it's coming up.
Is Banks still
6-1?
6-1.
What's that?
6-1. What's the year?
2022.
2022. Oh, okay. So we're close. That's June 1st.
So was I the first student athlete ticket affiliate?
There's a chance. There might be.
Come on.
Man, we're really splitting hairs here. I'm gonna have to figure this out then. Who was the first show? I can probably shoot DP a text.
Yeah,
he probably
I might gotta text DP right now.
Yeah, because that was awesome though.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. If any, yeah, I don't.
That's wild if you were the first one.
I mean, number 2 is not bad, but I want one. I want one. Yeah. I want one.
Man,
I want one. And Brent doesn't count. He transferred.
Yeah. Is he still at
I'm
Rice?
joking. I'm joking. Sorry. Love you, Brent. Sorry.
He knows it. That's why we can say it.
Yeah.
He knows.
Yeah, he knows.
He's graduated now, right? I know he's married and stuff, I think.
He's married?
I want to say
he married the volleyball.
Maybe I should stop saying this.
Yeah,
maybe I got no idea. Brant, if you're out there listening, you can inform us.
We're sorry. We're sorry.
I'm not 100% sure, so I don't want to put that out there if I'm 100% certain.
Yeah, but I would really like the number 1 spot. If we could move some dates around to make me the number 1, that would be awesome. But either way, yeah, that's how I came about with the ticket, and I'm blessed for the opportunity and the fact that everyone here is wanting to grow and expand, which is just phenomenal. And just wait for this season. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be electric, especially when we get 10 wins.
Easy.
I seen a tweet that said Coach Rule in the second year, it's plus 5 wins. What did we have last year? 5 wins?
5 wins.
10 wins.
One more than Colorado.
Come on now. We might gotta go review the win-loss on the preseason schedule. We might have to do it one of these days.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got actual night games now. We got actual dates for we have the legitimate days in where they're being played now, as well as some of those night games. So we have a better idea some of the intangibles around those games. We can definitely dive into it again. But yeah, I think it'll be fun for you to experience the ticket down here with the football team. Right. I'm excited for year 2 because we kind of got here. Let's see. We got 1040 O Street. I want to say was it during the football season towards the end of it? It was. We definitely had some because I remember people walking by.
Yeah.
So this will be fun. Year 2. And again, when the football season comes around, 1040 O Street typically serve drinks here too on that day if people want to get a little bit extra on their way to the stadium. But yeah, it's fun. But before we go to break here, since we're short on time, I do want to read this headline. It blew my mind. And I don't know if you read it yet today. Nebraska, have you seen people selling tickets, right? Trying to get some tickets out there for people who are last minute trying to get into the game.
Okay.
You can call it, quote unquote, scalping ticket, whatever it is. Right. But I've gotten tickets that way legitimately. And I found this article. I got the numbers off the top of my head. I'll pull it up again. A man is being fined $339,000 for fraudulent Husker tickets.
Oh, wow. We scamming the Husker tickets?
Yeah. So if you're out there.
People can scam anything nowadays. My goodness.
$339,000. It was insane. It's apparently 87,000, so close to $100,000 of tickets being scammed.
My goodness.
And then the big chunk of it just comes from the penalties, civil fees, and everything. But still, so again, before we go to break, if you're going to be going out there to Husker football games, make sure you know where your tickets are coming from, because that man was getting away for. I mean, if it got to that number, he must have been doing it for years and being pretty successful.
He found a system.
Yeah, system with flaws. It caught him in the end, in the very end there.
Ay.
Yeah, it's usually when you go to tickets, what's your avenue of getting the tickets? Do you go directly to the team, the seller, or do you go StubHub, or do you go third party?
To be honest with you, I've never bought tickets before.
Really?
To a sporting event. I've only had people hold me tickets.
That makes sense though.
Yeah.
Especially being an athlete at the University of Nebraska, you're playing a football, and then you probably, if you do go to some of those events, you're going there with teammates, and everybody's just kind of going.
Yeah,
there.
Or I know someone on the team. Go to a Cardinals game, such and such got tickets out, whatever. Yeah, but yeah,
All right. On the other side, I want to talk about this because me and DeMorney Pierce-Snell we're breaking it down, and it was an interesting conversation. And Adam Thielen had a wonderful quote on his facilities for the Carolina Panthers. I want you to think about the best and worst facilities in pro sports. And you can go the field, you can go the facilities as a whole in terms of training, and even at the college level, what you've seen, because you're no longer playing in the Big Ten. So you can be open and honest about what you see out there.
Okay.
So we'll talk about all of that on the other side. What's Brewing? Chancellor Brewington, the host to my left. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We'll be back on the other side.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Mario fue pintor más de 30 años. Cuando me dijo que se le estaban olvidando las cosas, fue difícil. Un día me dijeron que pintara el marco del lado por dentro y pinté el lado de afuera.
Yo le diría a la gente que le diga a su familia lo que está pasando con él.
Si algo se nota diferente, podría ser Alzheimer. Es momento de hablarlo. Visita alz.org/nuestras historias para saber más. Un mensaje de The Alzheimer's Association y The Ad Council.
With your kids. First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm going to take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People Seeding Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's truck month at Koppel, and we want to sell them all. Choose between 0.9% APR or as much as $8,000 off list price. Yes, you heard right. That's 0.9% APR or as much as $8,000 off list on select new GMC and Chevrolet inventory. So please make that money-saving drive to Koppel in Louisville or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit must trade and finance.
If you've been putting off your health, what are you waiting for? The summer 10-week challenge at Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping is exactly what you need to kickstart your wellness. Farrell's gives you all the tools, coaching, support, and accountability you need to be successful. The 10-week challenge begins on June 8th, and monthly payments are now available. Head to fxblincoln.com for all the details. Stop taking your health for granted and get started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. This is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington, the host to my left. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. If you guys want to hop in, Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. You can put a face to the voice on the Starter Heyman Jewelers video stream, 402-464-5685. And again, you can comment through there as well. But I asked the question before we went to break. I want to expand on this conversation because we got some thoughts on DeMornay Pearsonell. We got thoughts on Adam Thielen while he's under contract on how he feels about the NFL's Carolina Panthers facilities. But when it comes to your opinion, Chancellor Brewington, give me the. Do you want to go college?
Yeah, let's go college.
Okay, so let's talk college and let's talk football because obviously you're going to be most familiar with that.
Right.
Give me the best and worst college facilities, or if you want to keep it just the field itself.
Right. Field, the best field I've played at. I'm looking at the list of the Big Ten right now. The best field I played at is probably Michigan.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Number two, just pure field wise, I liked Rutgers.
Really?
I did. They had a DJ. They had a DJ during our away game at Rutgers. It was jumping. They were playing like the New Jersey beats.
All right, Rutgers.
Yeah, Rutgers.
Shout out.
And also the surrounding, city around Rutgers. I kind of liked it. I don't know. Maybe it's because it was a fun game. Maybe I'm blowing it out of proportion. Let's see the picture of Rutgers.
Yeah, I want to see it's not an ugly looking stadium.
Yeah, there's not much to it.
No, but it gets the job done and
pretty standard.
I'm trying to see. I want to see its location in the city because that's a lot of it, especially when you're talking and especially when you start talking MLB stadiums. The ones that really kill it are the ones that find a way to be in the city still.
Yeah, I think the unfortunate part and the smart part about playing at these nice stadiums is that the away locker room is so bad. So the nicer stadium you go to, usually the away locker room is like you're sharing a locker with someone because they want to make it so inconvenient that you don't have a productive, time getting ready for the game. Like sometimes like the showers don't work or like it's just really hot in there. Like the AC doesn't work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got $1 billion stadium.
Oh yeah, like Oklahoma.
Showers aren't working.
Like Oklahoma, when we go play Oklahoma, like the away locker room is terrible. It's terrible. Michigan, terrible.
Ours isn't very. Because I remember for state football, I got to be one of the away.
Ours isn't that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Ours is not that bad. We did some getting ready for the Ireland trip. We did a lot of stuff over there. Yeah. But then Michigan State, their away locker room is a little bigger than this room.
So they were making it incredibly
My
convenient.
goodness.
How do you even pull?
One of the best ones is actually Iowa.
Really?
Yeah. One of the best ones is Iowa. Iowa has like it's like a real locker room. Looks like it's for like band or something. You know?
So they actually take care of the away team.
Yeah. But yeah, Michigan State's is, I mean, a little bigger than this room. Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
The woodshed, like, it makes sense.
The woodshed. Illinois, not the best. Purdue's was all right. It's just Purdue's field.
What's wrong? That's real grass, though, right?
Yeah, it's real grass, but we played them later in the season, but like it got to a point where there was like it was dirt. Like you're playing on dirt in the middle of the field, like during like where the trenches are, like tackle between tackle, like from your left center where the ball is, your center and your right center, like those got really shallow, like with the grass levels.
Sounds like a grounds crew problem.
I didn't get to go to Wisconsin. I had COVID, and then we played them the following year at home, so I didn't get to go up there. I've always, the one stadium I've always wanted to play at, and when I came to Nebraska, I had I thought I was going to have the opportunity to play at this stadium. Actually, two of them, Penn State and Ohio State.
Penn State would be nuts.
Growing up, I wanted to play at Penn State because I was playing NCAA, and I would always have running backs out of Penn State.
Yeah.
I will not do that coming up. Now I will have my running backs at Nebraska. Yeah, and I also wanted to play at Ohio State because of the Terrell Pryor years, and yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. At Penn State, you can't beat when they do the whiteout. It looks insane.
Yeah.
What years they played Michigan? They were both. I mean, Penn State ended up losing pretty bad, if I remember correctly. But that was one of the college football is here moments.
Yeah,
like it was an electric atmosphere.
Yeah, I had a friend that played. He played at Idaho. Definitely not Iowa, but Idaho, and he played at Penn State. That was like their big game. And boy, he say that there was it was just crazy. It was the opening game of the year, home game, and he just was saying it was phenomenal. Like they got the whole white out, they got everything going on, and
that's a loyal fan base.
Yeah, they are.
That is a loyal. They can't get over the hump for whatever reason.
They're close though.
Well, now they might be there.
Yeah,
just for the fact that the playoffs is expanded. So there's now 12 teams. Like they got a decent shot. I mean, with their record, how consistent they've been, they can find a way to maybe backdoor their way in there or just straight up. But I mean, that looks like Georgia again this year. I'd be hard pressed to believe. Alabama's going to be interesting to see what they look like without Saban for the first time. But yeah,
that's going to be interesting. That's going to be very interesting.
Who struggles more, Alabama without Saban or Michigan without Harbaugh?
I think Harbaugh was really like the heartbeat of Michigan, though. I know Saban. I think Saban just had such a structure built in.
Oh yeah, he had a whole network going.
Yeah, that I know Saban is his great coach, but I think in his later years, I think he had such like a culture established that even if he wasn't in the building, just the culture he established, and even kind of just the name Saban attached to Alabama, like knowing Saban's your head coach, I think it just built in like a sense of I cannot mess this up. You know, the opportunity is that slim. But yeah, no, I think Michigan will have a harder time coming through and having to overcome losing their head coach.
Well, it's going to be interesting, right? Are they going to have any sort of hangover from winning it?
Yeah.
Your coach has gone too.
I think it's really just talent. What type of talent they have coming back.
And scouting.
Yeah.
And the gray lines between scouting.
And the good old scouting. And the scouting. Because, I mean, you lose J.J. McCarthy. You lose Blake McCorum. You lose, what's that? Their nickel's name, Hill. You lose some veteran backers.
I think they keep most of their offensive line intact, though. Correctly. That's what's
just Dylan Edwards. Success. Dylan Edwards get out of there, or he's Dylan
Edwards.
Back. Not Dylan Edwards.
He was that's the Colorado.
Edwards. What's his name? Their running back, number 7.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Edwards. About. It's not Dylan. It can't be Dylan.
That's the Colorado. I'm gonna figure it out right now.
Edwards, Michigan.
It's escaping me.
Donovan.
Yes, thank
Donovan Edwards. My goodness. Yeah, he's a special player. He's a special player. But yeah, I believe he's coming back.
Yeah, we'll find out right here. I believe he's going to be coming back. But yeah, I mean, Michigan, they're going to be fine. It's really just how long can you maintain it? He's a junior. Yeah, he'll be back.
Yeah.
Especially now with the running back market, like you can make NIL money, you might as well go.
Yeah.
Power 5 football.
It doesn't make sense if you're a star, if you're a elite player in college football and coming back for another year does not hurt you. You're making a NFL rookie salary.
That's why I'm still surprised Caitlin Clark didn't come back for Iowa.
Yeah. I feel like she was making her money regardless, though.
That's true. State Farm wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Pro or college, State Farm's there.
I wonder if, like we talked about yesterday, she gonna make her money. I just wonder if the viewership of Iowa, how much is gonna go down.
I think it'll definitely have a chunk until they get another great talent or until there's an interesting narrative.
Yeah.
But that's just what it is.
I wonder if who the next, WNBA star is gonna be. Obviously, it was because Caitlin Clark's talent, but I wonder just like the next one who's gonna have that surge of viewership and sales and stuff like that.
I'm blanking on the name. The freshman guard out of South Carolina. She was really, really good.
They got a squad.
Yeah, and Dawn Staley she was luxury enough she could even bench her just to relay a message, make sure she understands the culture they're trying to build. But she's gonna be good.
And Juju Watkins out of USC. She's a young talent. I'm sure she's a black hole though. We call that a black hole.
Yeah.
Where you throw that ball and you ain't getting it back.
Yeah.
He is not getting it back.
No.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. And then I will say what my favorite WNBA player to actually watch now is Cardosa with Chicago.
Yeah, she's a bad girl. She's a bad girl.
She is just a rebounding machine. Too.
Yeah.
Like she is going to be, I think, a problem. And her and Angel Reese pairing together, they're building a gritty culture up in Chicago.
Yeah, you can say that much.
Yeah. So, like, I'd be happy if Cardoso was playing for the Chicago Bulls.
Text.
Like, I'll take her absolutely. But yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch as the WNBA continues to expand. But as we're talking about the college football stadiums, I'm good with that list. I think it makes sense. Nebraska, obviously, number one in fan engagement. No doubts about that. But in terms of the facilities, obviously we're not number one. Otherwise, we wouldn't be considering reconstructing or doing somewhat of a demolition on the stadium. Because why would you do that if you're number one?
Yeah. Only suggestion I would have is just bringing in grass.
Yeah,
that's my only thing. I know there's some about the higher powers that they don't want to do that, but I would just say for the benefit of the players, it will take a load off our knees. My goodness, the load off the knees and a load off the ankles, and it would just benefit. I know during winter you would have to obviously take the grass out, kind of like the Cardinals do that. They have like the grass that they roll in for certain events, and then they take it off when they do concerts and stuff like that. But that good grass, my goodness, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty disappointed when we announced that we're just redoing the turf. I suppose putting in grass. I thought we were going to finally commit to just putting in the grass. I don't know why that's such a pet peeve of mine, mainly because I think the money's there and there's no reason not to do it.
I know for sure, like in the NFL, I believe, this is my conspiracy theory, I believe that the NFL leaves turf in so players get injured and they won't have to pay all these people. That's what I personally think, because it doesn't make sense. If you want everyone to perform at their best, you would put grass, because scientifically and literally just by word of testimony.
And even if you don't want to do that, like what's the preference of our employees?
Yeah. It's the employees that make you the money. Yeah. And if they're everyone says grass. Everyone says grass.
There's not a single person that I've talked to that says turf.
Yeah, I want to play on turf where I could get my ankle stuck in and I can tear my ACL. Like nobody's saying that.
It's insane. That's why it bothers me so much. The money's there. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just do it. Like Nike.
Yeah, like Nike. I'm an Adidas guy though. Shout out the Adidas school, Nebraska. Through and through.
Hey.
Did you know there's a New Balance school out there? There's one New Balance school, which surprised me. Can you guess it?
Is it a bigger school that I would? No. Okay.
It's a recognizable smaller school though.
Is it like Ivy League small, or is it like FBS?
I don't know if you're gonna get it, so I'll just give you the color schemes and I'll give you a mascot. It's got a bird on it, and it's kind of like a maroon red.
Okay. Not Boston College.
Yeah, Boston
Is
College.
it?
Yeah, nice.
Oh, my first guess. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
go.
incredible. I guess that was too good of a hit. Yeah, Boston College. Yeah, New Bounce.
The only Maroon schools I know of is Boston College, UMass, VTech. Yeah, so I had to go with Boston College. Wow. Hey, I feel great about myself right now.
I'm impressed you got that fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're the New Balance. 2021 is a 10-year deal. I'm confused though. I don't know if the football actually wears New Balance because I could have sworn I saw them wearing Adidas. So I don't know what that contract all looks like, where they got certain stipulations.
Right.
Like maybe New Balance just doesn't really have football gear equipment where it's like, no, that's fine, go somewhere else for that.
Did you see that they passed the thing that they're gonna start doing the advertisements on jerseys like NASCAR?
No.
Yeah.
NFL?
No, NCAA.
I guess NIL. I'm so tired of this, dude.
Imagine like you got like a Hershey thing, you got like the Lay's chips on your jersey. Yeah.
Well, the NBA did it. They started getting in there because NBA they got the one logo right here.
Yeah.
10 more years, we'll wait.
Yeah.
There'll be one on the back. 10 more years,
It's all
we'll
about
wait.
that money.
There'll be one on the shorts. 10 more years, we'll wait. There'll be another one. They'll keep sneaking them on there. I mean, like for college football, it makes sense for universities, especially we had Mark Smith. He is ahead of one of the NL guys down there for Grambling State. Obviously, very historical HBCU.
Right.
That's one where like it makes sense. It's like, okay, we really need the money. Like NIL wise, as it is, we're a smaller school. We don't necessarily have the funds. Like we just want to give like one of our players $5,000 because he's statistically a lot of those athletes, they're not coming from great places.
Right.
So like that 5,000 is not going to be used for a new Lamborghini or a new car or whatever.
It's going to be for needs.
Yeah. It's going to be like, I need some toothpaste, groceries, and to pay rent.
Yeah.
And that's what that money. So stuff like that, like I'm
on board with that.
Yeah.
I'm on board with that. But messing up the N and having a Doritos symbol next to it is kind of crazy.
That's going to be gross.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to read into that. If that's actually real, that's gross.
Yeah, I didn't see it from a reliable source. I got it from a Twitter source, so you never know. Look at John Goodwin coming in here. Shout out to the Malone Center.
Shout out Michael Hunter back there. He beat John by a good hour almost.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, making sure because Michael missed the last one. So for everybody who's getting ready to tune in for the Malone Radio Show starting at 9:00, we do got Michael Hunter with us this time.
Yeah.
He wasn't missing the show. I can't remember what he's at.
Man, this morning. Harrison, this morning, I had the best breakfast I've ever had.
Heavenly Waffles?
Oh,
you finally
no. We might have to have a whole segment talking about Heavenly Waffles.
Well, we got to go to breaks.
Yeah. We'll come back talking about Heavenly Waffles. If you don't have on social media, I'm pretty sure it's just Heavenly Waffles. Yep. Just type in Heavenly Waffles.
Chef Bob, if you want to find the person
Chef
behind
Bob. It was amazing. Got to talk to him. Met him officially for the first time.
Have you heard some of his backstory? Chef Bob Haney?
I heard a little bit.
It is insane.
I heard a little bit. I told him, I said, Chef Bob, you're going to have to come on the show.
Oh, you please do.
Yeah.
He is a fantastic. His story is incredible, but maybe we'll talk a little bit about it. We'll definitely talk about the waffles. So don't go anywhere. What's Brewing? Chancellor Brewington, the host to my left. We'll talk to you in a little bit.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
Hey everyone, Shaylee Bade here, local sprint car driver and mom. Join me, James, and Bree this Sunday at 7 p.m. at the finish line on 93.7 The Ticket or theticketfm.com. Please feel free to join us before the show at 6:30, where we will be hanging out, signing some autographs, and selling some merch. Can't wait to see you.
You're spending $300 a month. Binge drinking is the most common form of excessive drinking, which costs the United States more than $191 billion each year. By drinking less, you will save $300 a month. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People City Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known. But what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job?
Not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up to every after-school activity, not to make friends, but just to get something to eat? Or a retiree who fell ill and had to choose
between getting medicine or groceries.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends, surprise parties, camps, birthdays. The same way you plan for the important moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Wrapping things up on What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington, the host to my left. If you guys want to join in, last second comments. Again, we're going to be talking about Heavenly Waffles as Chancellor Brewington got to try them for the first time from Chef Bob Haney. Again, that is Heavenly Waffles every Wednesday. I believe it's 8 to 11 around that time window on Wednesdays. You can typically come up there and get a sneak peek. And if you really like it, you can go ahead and buy some. But what are your thoughts? Heavenly Waffles,
Oh my
first time.
goodness. So I've had Heavenly Waffles before, but I just had a regular waffle with syrup, right?
Yep.
And so I was like, wow, this is really good. And for context, it was like before like a fall camp scrimmage in the morning, like, 7:30, 8. So I didn't really get to enjoy it fully, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I just took like a couple bites. I'm like, okay, like this is good, but I can't load up.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't something
You're already thinking about the next thing.
Yeah. And usually I just have like some fruit. Like I'm not really a whole big guy, but I love waffles. I'm a waffle over pancake pancake guy.
Same here.
Yeah.
Holds the syrup in there better.
Yeah. I like that.
Pods.
Got the waffle over syrup. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, waffle over pancake. But I'm in there today. DP said, you got to come. And I'm like, okay. I mean, like, yeah, there's just something happening at the ticket, like almost every day, like where you got to try some food.
Yeah.
You got to try something. There were some cheesesteaks the other day. That was great.
Mm-hmm. Some days you're going to give you $2 million worth of Scoville.
yeah. Hold on. I ain't doing that. But today I walk in and Chef Bob, great man. I met him. He has an amazing story that I'm sure we'll be able to have him on the show here soon. But he makes me a waffle. I'm thinking he's just gonna put some syrup on there. He put some gravy on there, like some sausage gravy, and then he put like some like ham on there, and then he put some bacon on there and some whipped cream, and he buttered it with syrup too. And I was like, hold on, brother, there's a whole lot going on.
That's my first. I looked at the plate. I'm like, this isn't going together, guy.
Yeah. I'm like, there's no way.
Then you eat it.
I'm kind of like, oh, okay. Like, like you, oh, okay. Like, that's like how black folk, like when they, when like they kid, like doing something and like, it's not really going all right. Like, they're like, hold on, you keep going now. Hold on. There you go. So I'm like, okay, there you go. I'll take the plate. And so I bite into it. And I had a moment by myself where I was like, whoa, I've been in Lincoln for 3-4 months and I haven't been here every Wednesday. Like, there's not going to be a Wednesday I miss now.
Oh yeah. Once you get a bite.
Yeah, it's over now. So and then he made me another one with like I want to say like chia seeds or I don't chai. It was chai something, and it was kind of like a regular, a lot sweeter, no biscuits and gravy on top. But it was amazing. And if you haven't came in here and have Heavenly Waffles before, you are actually missing out, because I was missing out. And you need to get in here on Wednesdays, meet some of the guys in the ticket. Everyone here is get you a coffee too at the meal, Heavenly Waffles, and get to meet Terrell Farley and Vershawn Jackson, if he's here, of course.
Yeah. That being said, we'll wrap it up here. That's a perfect shout out to Terrell Farley. But yeah, absolutely. And that's not every Wednesday, but typically for the most part, we do host those guys Wednesdays, usually 8 to 11. Chef Bob, Heavenly Waffles. Of course, everybody behind Heavenly Waffles, he'll be open about that. It's not just him behind it, but it's not only better for you, it tastes amazing too. As Chancellor Brewington just said, I've tried it. Just about everybody that has tried it says the same thing. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Once again, we got the Malone Radio Show up next. That's John Goodwin, Michael Hunter. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit.